All right, what is up, y'all? What is up? We are back with video 10 of this advanced market structure PDF series. So, first thing I want to say is if you've made it this far in the series, I want to say thank you for sticking around and hopefully you've been getting a lot of value from this PDF series so far. But anyway, let's get into it. So, example we're starting with today, we got Euro CAD on the 15-minute. So 15 minute. So what do we see, right? So we see a couple rejections, right, in the same area, which maybe there might be a supply zone that price is rejecting from, right? And this rejection doesn't break structure. This rejection, maybe on a lower time frame down here, maybe broke structure, and then respected here, and we broke this low here, right? So we're on the 15-minute. So if we decided to take the risk and sell here, it would be okay. It would be okay. But, you know, we are doing this for educational purposes. So, we go down to the lower time frame in this area and we want to see the same thing that we saw on this time frame, right? A break of structure, right? So we were on the 15-minute and then we drop down to the 5. Okay, so what do we see here now? Look in this area right here. So here were those rejections, right? And like I said, if you went to a lower time frame, this would look like a break of structure here. And then here's that 15-minute point of interest. Well, look, here's one rejection, doesn't give us a break of structure. Here's the second rejection, and this gives us a break of structure, right? And so we look for a retracement back in that area. So we have our entries now on the 5-minute with barely any drawdown and 128 pip uh, profit on that trade setup. So our entries were probably like right here. Yeah. Next example. So we got Euro CHF on the weekly time frame. So what do we see, right? Well, look, a high, a low, a higher high, and then look, a low, but then a lower high gets created, right? We don't go any higher than this. And then look, price breaks to the downside, creating what? A new lower low. So we can wait for price to retrace back into this previous area of broken structure. And when it gets there, we go down to a lower time frame, right? So we were on the weekly, and then we drop down into the 4-hour. So here you see that weekly point of interest right here, right? This line. And here's the rejection from the weekly point of interest right here. And you see this huge drop to the downside, right? Given that break of structure. This looks very simple, very clean. Buy side liquidity, price came up and rejected to the downside. So yeah, always wait for the rejection from your point of interest and then make sure it always gives you a break of structure, right? So last up candle before breaking structure, you see the retracements, broke structure here, didn't get quite back up into that area, but here's our initial entries, right? So yeah, weekly point of interest, weekly point of interest, 4-hour structure. It's crazy. All right, so next example. We have Euro CHF again, right here. So let's see. So what do we see here? Euro CHF. So it looks like right here, we see a shift in market structure, right? And then structure gets broken to the downside. So ultimately we could be looking here, or maybe there's there's no inefficiency, but yeah, maybe here or here, right? So when price reaches back into that area, when it retraces, when it does its retracement, we want to go to a lower time frame, right? And I'm sure by now on page 36, and we've gone through 10 videos of this, I'm sure by now this is very repetitive, right? This is very repetitive, and a lot of the things are the same. So we go to a lower time frame. 4-hour, we drop down to a 15-minute. So look. So look what we see. Look at what we see here. So we have rejections, right, from the 4-hour point of interest, right? Minor break of structure, retest, break of structure, no retest, right? So there was no retest in that area, as you can see. And always too, guys, always, yo, what happened? Wow, that was weird. Um, anyways, I was saying, um, I don't know what happened to the screen, but yeah, always feel free to, pause these videos and, wow, what is wrong with this? So weird. All right, well, anyway, can't waste time. So we see a break of structure here, and uh, oh, that's what I was gonna say. Always feel free to pause, the video, and you guys can read these on your own as well. But price didn't come back to retest this structure, right? And it just kept breaking structure to the downside. So um, from these 4-hour point of interest, right, we see another break of structure on the 15-minute time frame. And so yeah, this would have been our entry for that retest of this structure here. So you see that. So yeah, so next example here, we got Euro GBP on the 4-hour time frame. Oh, this looks juicy. So what do we see here, right? Price is kind of breaking structure here, respecting this area, right? Respecting here, breaking structure. Price comes back to retest structure. And what do? Well, Same thing as the last example. We go down to a lower time frame in this area. So we go from the 4-hour and we drop down to the 30-minute time frame. And what do we see? So here is our rejection, right, from the 4-hour point of interest, which we see right here, this black line. So what do we see, right? Here's that high, and we break minor structure, okay? So don't get confused. This is that major low, this is the major high, right? This is minor structure, okay? So we see minor structure get broken, and there's not necessarily a clean entry, um, like a clean point of interest in this area, but we do see price reject from the 72 fib, and it has a little bullish retracement, and it breaks structure again. So maybe we missed this entry here, but since we see structure getting broken to the downside again, we can catch maybe this one, right? So price retest structure, price rejects from 72 fib level, right? These are really clean examples too. Hope you guys are getting some value from these and starting to understand the importance of break of structure. So next example here on Euro GBP on the daily time frame. So what do we see? Right. Well, we see liquidity get captured here, and then an immediate reversal, right? Breaking structure. Now we see this little retracement start to happen, and what we would expect is price to retrace back down into that area, but that's not what happens. Price just breaks structure to the upside and takes off, right? So we forget about this area here and we focus on the next one, right? And so even at this point of interest here, we would want to see a break of structure. Same with this one, right? So we go to a lower time frame. We go from the daily, we drop down to the 4-hour. So what do we see? Very plain and simple, guys, plain and simple. So this is that rejection, right, from that daily point of interest that gave us a break of structure. Well, if we notice, we're on the 4-hour now, and we see a 4-hour rejection give us a break of structure. And just like always, right, we can create a point of interest for ourselves. We can use this last down candle. We can use this inefficiency, right? So our entry, whichever one, whatever type of trader you are, right? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because you know the direction and you know your type of setup, right? So you'd still be on the right side of this market. Stop loss below the low, right? You'd be good. So that was from the daily, dropped down to the 4-hour, and then this is on the 4-hour, but a full view from the daily point of interest, right? So wow, 568 pips. You see, 568 pips from just waiting for a 4-hour break of structure from a higher time frame daily point of interest. So crazy risk to reward on that. So all right, y'all. Hope you got some value from this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.